But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
Hi, Carl Jobst here, creator of ApproachHerNow.com. And if you're looking to increase your level of confidence around women and decrease the amount of anxiety you feel when you want to approach women, you've come to the right place. I have specifically created this website to help men who want more dates, relationships, and sex in their life, but just can't seem to make it happen because the act of approaching a woman is too difficult.
Hello, you absolute legends. If you're if you want to approach women now, you can go to, I don't know what this website was. Like, this is the video. I was looking at Billy Mitchell's Twitter page, and this came up, and he decided to post it just as like as an FU to Carl, and it's so funny. Do we want to watch this? Like, do we want to watch the whole thing? It's pretty entertaining, honestly. He talks about how he knew all the secrets, but it's not the same. And if you sign up in the email below, he'll send you his free ebook on how to pick up women and now have loads of sex just like me. But I actually have two funny clips from Australia tonight, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. We have the drama, the cancellation, the absolute horror of the swastikana, which is very funny because Idubbbz is like suffering all over the place. He's been totally felted, and now he's getting cancelled, and he deserves it. He deserves it because he's the same person that would call out Elon Musk when he's waving or something, you know. This crowd, if they're not going to give the benefit of the doubt to someone that says they're doing a Roman salute, why should we give them the benefit of the doubt? Now, I will tell you that this sword isn't actually a swastika. It's a manji, and it doesn't really bother me at all. You see them all over Japan, but we'll get to that when we get to it. We also have some more body cam footage because people sent me their clips, so we'll check that out. But be sure to like the stream and let us know if you got a switch today. So where to start? I think we may as well start with the H3 clip. We'll do this one on 1.25 speed to kind of warm up, and then we'll see where we go from there. So as you know, in the story, Idubbbz dropped the content cop on Ethan, who was, I didn't realize how much stuff they actually did together. I'm not sure if it's on this channel. But if you go and see, Ian may have removed it, like on the popular videos. Ethan's two highest videos, one is Vape Nation, 29 million views. The second highest one is with Idubbbz, 22 million there. And this is when they were shitting over Jake Paul for making fake videos. Or was it Logan? It was Logan Paul or Jake Paul. I can't remember which one. But look at them. They're sitting in the hot, fiery love seat. They're smiling at each other. You can see he's high and trying to hide his smile. And they're making fun of Logan Paul or Jake Paul, whatever which one of those is, because he made up this story. Like, this is part of his backstory. He pretended that he was colorblind and that he ordered special glasses, so that it was the first time he would see color. And he went up to the lookout in is it McGriffith's observatory, and they pretended to see colors at a sunset for the first time. You can actually see the video here. It's like this. And this is one of the ways, one of the dramas that, this is before the Japanese forest, by the way, but he would make these fake videos and just do anything to garner attention and sympathy and clicks and things. And Ian and Idubbbz absolutely ripped this shit out of him. And this was a really funny video back in the day. Now, unfortunately, Creator Clash is in shambles. And I believe it was Logan Paul that they're actually trying to get as a headliner. But amongst other things that have gone wrong, the UFC is having an event the same day as Creator Clash, and Logan's going to go to that instead. So that's just too bad. Just too fucking bad. It's funny because Ian, he kissed the ring. He tried to join the Hasan group, the posse. He did the apology tour. He did the humiliation rituals just so Anissa could meet beefy, hairy Hasan for one special night while Ian sat in the corner and watched. But that's not going to happen because he's always just going to be the one. He's always going to be the person that dropped the NF bomb, and they're never going to forget that. They're just going to use him, and they have used him to just take another blow at H3H3. It's kind of always, when you get Ian and Ethan, it can get a bit confusing from time to time. So currently, Idubbbz is suffering. He did get a lot of views on the content cop. Good for him. Unfortunately, the dislikes are very high, and people are kind of watching it not for the reason that it's convincing, but more that well, it's a train wreck, right? And the name Content Cop still conjures up a few things for people, in the old noggin. So let's see. Ethan went back and did a response. Let's check this out first. And this is crazy because apparently someone sent him human skulls in the mail. He didn't mention this beforehand. I know one person who has a skull collection in my life, so maybe it's the work of that guy. But let's see what he says. This is my response to Idubbbz Content Cop. And this is quite sad because even though the worst people you know are all fighting and it's really funny, I do kind of feel bad for Ethan in this story because he has this insane mob coming after him and actually trying to get his children taken away. And he had one guy left, and he turned to him and he said, "No, I would rather watch Anissa from the corner as she does something with Twitch's golden boy." So let's see what he says.
A few days ago, my good friend Ian, also known as Idubbbz, released a Content Cop about me. His video is over an hour long, and it's full of a lot of accusations. We watched the entire video, every frame of it, responded to every accusation on the podcast, and a really long...
And this is something that Hassan has refused to do, by the way. Hassan is... I don't want to say he's very good at optics, but he knows what optics to do, and he knows that if he watches it, regardless of whether or not it's ridiculous as he's claiming to his audience, and his audience will believe whatever he says. He just kind of pushes this narrative that it's true and keeps going through that. He knows that some people will see the points that Ethan has made, and it'll give him some clout his way, and he refuses to give even a single drop of clout to anyone else. So, I mean, it's a very effective strategy. It's a very dishonest one, though. You can actually see the picture we're going to take a bit of a look at later with Idubbbz kneeling with the swastika katana.
Episode. We watched the whole thing. So if you're interested in a more thorough response to everything, I would recommend watching this episode. The video that I'm making today, however, I don't need an hour for because there's really just one central point that I want to make here. My good friend Ian, in his hour-long takedown, did not mention one time Child Protective Services. Not one time. In the entire video, he never says CPS. No mention, no explanation, no overview. Nothing. Zero mentions of CPS.
And this is one of the biggest things that that Ethan was trying to get, because everyone on the Twitch side of things, on the We Hate Ethan anti-Israel side, because it's basically come down to Palestine versus Israel on social media now as well as in real life. Everything revolves around it apparently, much to my chagrin. But the thing that happened is that everyone on Twitch was just watching these videos and posting these rumors and calling CPS and posting phone numbers to try and say that Ethan's children were crawling around in dog shit and getting, was it Giardia? It's like some sort of parasite that comes from dog shit, which was just blatantly untrue. They thought that the dog had this parasite, but they actually did not. And then they also tested their children to make sure that the children did not have it as well, which they did not. It was just like some stomach bug going around in the end. Also, Tank Rat says with 50, what is this? The Iranian? Wait, no. AED. I can't remember what the place is called. United Arab Emirate dollars. 50 says, just because there's a goal. Interesting. Buy a sword, a toy one. By the way, how's it going? How's it going? Yes. So we hit the little sword goal. Unfortunately, I won't be able to get a very big sword. But hopefully it has many, many manjis on it.
Weeks ago, Child Protective Services showed up to our house at 6 a.m. to interrogate us about an anonymous tip they got that our kids were crawling around and eating dog shit at catching diseases. Ian spends the majority of his video.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot to add, by the way. Ethan messaged Idubbbz and he says, look, you've been to our house. Can you just tell people that there's no dog shit on our floor? Ian, I'll just call him Idubbbz because Ethan and Ian sound too much similar. Idubbbz, instead of responding to that message, decided to drop a 1-hour bitch session against H3. And the first 2 minutes of them, I would actually call it a content cop. Like it had like the skits, it had like the kind of the funny get up and like getting all these famous people to come in and style over your enemy sort of thing. It wasn't very good, but that was the kind of the format of a content cop. Then it's just like an hour of him talking. We watched it. And also Tank Rap says 2 years already, time flies. Well, thank you very much. Long time supporter of the show.
Video characterizing me like a raving lunatic who's lashing out at everyone around me with zero provocation.
Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we
Frogan and Denims deserve to... I guess I can't say that. They deserve everything they get because they spend basically all day trying to send hate to him as well. Okay, it's not a one-sided attack. This is going both ways, just like a certain conflict in, well, I can't say that either. Okay, but these aren't innocent creators that Ethan's picking on. Although he does have like a team of people to go through and like professionally A-log, which is very funny. It's very funny. He's got like a whole 5-man production staff, and they just like troll through people's old videos and try and find funny things to say, which is it's more than I have.
Can like rekindle our friendship, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you, and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
What he doesn't say is the majority of these clips he's using are taken from this episode. Now, does he ever show the title of this episode? No, he does not ever show the title of this episode. Snark called Child Protective Services on us. Not only does he not show the title, he doesn't explain why I'm upset, who I'm mad at, why I'm mad at them. Zero context. I am just an anonymous screaming lunatic.
It's been pleasant hanging out with you.
The problem, like, I will criticize H3 in this as well, but like one of the things he has bad for his optics is that he looks really squirrely. He looks like, honestly, he looks like a cancer patient when you look at the old pictures of him, and he's got Tourette's, which is not his fault, but it does make him look like a lunatic, and he talks about this a lot. So optically, I can absolutely see why people would distrust him.
I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I mean, the thing is, that is true. I actually think that H3's content has gone off a cliff. I think it's terrible these days. It used to be, I used to laugh along with it. Nothing wrong with laughing at Vape Nation about 15 years ago, but it was like a long time ago. Well, maybe it wasn't 15 years. It was a long time ago. But when he started podcasting and he just stopped doing the videos, everything got really worse. Oh no, I've just realized it myself. But Ian also, his content is absolute dog shit now. He puts out a podcast with his wife, which they call, I believe it's called Maximum Damage, and then the subname for it is She Ruined My Career. It's basically unwatchable unless you're watching other people A-log them, which is actually very entertaining. I enjoy those clips.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack.
In this episode, the same day that CPS came to my home, I was understandably irate. This was a provocation that I had not experienced. It went into my real world.
Yeah, they showed up. Imagine CPS shows up at your house, and it's not your fault. But yeah, they show up at 6 a.m. They demand to be let in. They want to see everything. And his wife was saying like, well, I don't want them to be traumatized and things like that. They're very young. I think they're like 3 and 5 for context. And then, like I said, how these people are awful. Denims was just like, nah, you can't traumatize kids that young. Nobody even remembers when they're 5 years old. And then she then proceeded to go look up when people get their first memory, which is typically around like 3 or 4 for most people. But absolutely blown the fuck out the second that she searched for that. So it is like one of their first memories, basically, that the CPS show up and demand to see everything.
World was affecting my children and my life in a way that I found extremely disturbing, and an escalation that I found very unacceptable. Now, why am I mad at Ian for this? Well, let's start here. Denims is someone he's accusing me of in his video of harassing. Let's see what Denims said about my children 3 days before CPS was called.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit.
All right, so this guy just makes up things about H3. This was completely made up. And basically everyone on the Twitch side was watching this. They just kind of watch this bad Empanada guy. And then just because he hates Ethan and they don't like Ethan too. And what Hasan does is actually fairly clever, for him at least, is that he doesn't try and directly attack Ethan. He does, but not like with these like big, like salacious details sort of thing. He just watches content from other people doing it. And then he's like, yo, that's crazy. I bet it's true. Is it though? I don't know. And he absolutely platforms these people. He absolutely encourages them to go out and make increasingly insane comments about H3 so that he can clip farm and watch it and kind of get the L over, sorry, well, he's getting the L, but get the W over H3.
on the floor, something that is probably related to the fact that his former housekeeper is suing him for a number of different reasons. So I would assume he doesn't actually have a housekeeper anymore, or perhaps he lost his extra housekeeper. So now the house is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit, and God forbid, I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something, but they contracted a parasite that I had previously never heard of in my life called Giardia from...
You have like these people just in the chat saying things like, Denims, I can confirm the history of him not picking up the dog shit for years, Denims. Dan called him out for years. These people just like, these things that are just not true, I'm sorry. Like, you just can't make up things like this.
The dog shit that is all over his house.
Dude, how is it that like
No, it wasn't
maybe
true.
once a week I look into what Ethan Klein's been up to, and every time I manage to find more and more terrible shit. This is where Ethan tells a story about his family getting Giardia.
We already have Mold Mondays. Now we have Shit Saturdays.
Also, this is not a joking matter, by the way. It can be very severe and deadly to small children. I mean, much like many other illnesses, it's very, very, very dangerous when infants get the same sicknesses that adults get. There are lots of things that you can get as an adult. You're totally fine. You'll be A-okay. No problem. A child, a small infant that has no immune system, shouldn't be catching anything.
No wonder his house is covered in...
There's a lot of things that children shouldn't be getting. But yes, that's correct. Even though I think everybody knows that is a correct take. But you can see that she's just like loving this. She's loving it, loving every moment. There's no laughing matter. She's
and
loving
his neglected children raised by nannies have contracted parasites previously unknown to science from the feces. I wonder...
What sort of statement is this? The children they contracted parasites previously unknown to human science. Wait, what? How do you know that? Can I see some evidence for this ridiculous claim?
Why he skipped over all of this, because everything that he said, everything that I said in this story, which by the way was apparently compiled by his crew.
No wonder this motherfucker's always sick. Yeah, it all makes sense now. It makes sense why he doesn't care about Palestinian children when he is neglecting his own. How is this happening? How is it happening? How is this happening? Yeah, I mean, I don't even make fun of people's weight. I've never made fun of people's weight.
Maybe she should. It's funny. I mean, I can't call her fat. She's not fat, but she's got a fat head.
I do make fun of people's posture. If you're making an active decision that like you don't give a fuck about your health or your posture,
oh my goodness, posture check.
Your dog shitting all over the house where your kids are getting Giardia. That's
Who is this smooth-brained lady? I believe she has an OF, so that's all you need to know about her.
The image of someone who is not well. Wait, what? Wait, what, Denims? Wait, what? You guys didn't know about this? Yeah.
I guess this is Ethan's studio. What the fuck is going on here? I've never actually seen behind the scenes. He has like 16 cameras. Also, there's like a little dog tray. That's cute. Look at that. The dog can like lick water, can slop water while he's watching everyone do their show. Where's the button? Where's the button? Sorry, my voice is still a bit hoarse from the other day. 2 days ago, I was getting a bit of a cough. It was pretty bad yesterday, but it's getting better today. So, you know, if you want to make me feel better, you can like the stream. It's not that funny. What's wrong with liking the stream?
Methzempic diet. Oh, God.
Even after CPS was called, Denims attempted to justify it by claiming that it's okay because children can't be traumatized.
I want you to create...
I wonder if someone else we know is going to make a similar argument in the future. Who can say?
Any bad memory here for them? Like, they are 5 and 3. They don't understand this shit. So I told him...
Create any bad memory for them. You're not forming memories at 3 years old, and it's very rare that you're forming memories at 5 years old. Now,
what is everyone's earliest memory? I kind of like the memes where it's like they've got like the before and after, and it's like me, like the moment I turned from like a child that was just like drooling over myself and like banging sugar cookies on the table, and then I suddenly gain consciousness at like 4 years old or something and start forming memories. I'm pretty sure my earliest was like 4. I could probably like, it's kind of hard sometimes because you don't know exactly your age in certain memories. I can definitely remember being 4 because I can remember my fourth birthday party.
You are? No, you're not. When we're talking about being able to remember, being able to recall memories, it's like 4 is the cutoff. But even if you are forming any memories at 4, you're not going to be able to remember them past like 15.
What? So 15-year-olds just forget all of their memory? There's like limited RAM or something in the brain? No, this isn't what it is. A lot of people have memories when they're 3, at least according to chat. And also the research that she actually posted on her own stream because she's a dumb bent. But the thing is, you don't know when these take place because it can be sort of jumbled up. Like you might have a memory from very early on, but you might think it occurs after a certain age. It's just because you don't know. Everything's kind of just in the context of those times and your limited point of view.
You have maybe 1 or 2 memories.
If you're wondering who the guy is she's watching, his name is Bad Empanada. And as far as harassment campaigns go, you'd think that Ian, as someone who cares so deeply about it, would be talking about him and not me. Here's a small taste.
I'd like to pay tribute to Ethan Klein and the new Twitch TOS that declares Zionism. Zion is the slur. I'd like to pay tribute to him by playing the first in Al-Aqsa video game.
Wait, what? Isn't Twitch like really pro-Palestine? I mean, Hassan is evangelizing for them basically every day. He's showing up in Coachella to say free Palestine. He did it. He saved Palestine. He's showing up at protests without speeches prepared. And then people are posting his wardrobe look, which is very funny, by the way. And also very funny about Coachella is that apparently the majority of attendees had to finance tickets to go there. It's like $600, so it's not expensive. But look, if you have to finance tickets to go to a music contest, a music concert, maybe you should put your other priorities in order. Also, I saw the prices at Coachella. It's very funny as well. For like the rip-offs, absolute rip-offs of those things. But Mr. Me, it's the king, he says. Suffah, thank you very much. I tried to make the goal 10, but I keep making it 1 by mistake. So I guess we hit the goal, which is more skulls for the throne. Excellent. Hold on. I will get I do have a skull right over there I could get.
Where
not
you
a human
kill Zionist soldiers as a Palestinian resistance fighter. Anyways, are these Israelis? They're just standing there. I mean, is the Israeli army a bunch of Ethan Kleins? Like they're all on a fucking Ozempic binge. They don't understand what's going on around them. They haven't noticed me. Where do they keep the secretaries?
Here you go. Here's our skull. We got the shoulder pad
I'm hunting
skull.
for secretaries right now.
Pauldrons. This is made by BP. Pretty cool.
Secretary got.
Here's Bad Empanada once again, who posted a story saying, "I'm the one who called CPS on Ethan Klein. I want CPS to take his kids away because they are seriously in danger."
That's the sniffing from Ethan is very annoying. I know. I understand. Why isn't this working?
Today was pretty bad, wasn't it? Really?
This is like a jump scare. What the fuck? This is like when I'm playing that dinosaur game and some like toothed creature just appears out of the bushes and like scares the shit out of me.
Sucked for you. You're so disappointed. The betrayal of one of your closest long-term friends, huh? TikTok.
Is this really loud?
TikTok, because this is
like
just
really loud.
a taste. This was just a small part of what we have organized for you.
Never fix it like that.
It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse, Mr. Klein.
Is this like a New Zealand or Australian guy? He's got that weird kind of accent. I'm not sure, but like that's some spooky shit. I'm gonna turn this down. It's like way too loud.
Every day, sit there just waiting in misery, in fear of what we have in store for you. TikTok goes the clock.
Maybe if he stops harassing.
What did Ethan do to like I have my problems with Ethan as well. But what did Ethan do to make these like completely deranged people come after him? I really don't know.
Other creators.
He lets his dogs shit all over his mansion, and he just leaves the shit on the floor.
Maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace.
House is just like covered in dog shit. And he has kids, and his kids like crawl into the dog shit.
And I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have
Okay,
problems.
there you go. I knew I could tell.
I don't know what they do with it. I don't know if they eat it or if it's just from like contact with it with their hands or something.
I was particularly angry during this episode entitled Snark Called CPS on Us because I hold Denims to be one of the primary reasons, in my opinion, why CPS was called. Another one of their friends, FroggyTonic, had been spreading the same malicious rumor about me on Twitter for days before CPS was called as well.
I used to work with this video editor named FroggyTonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in.
If you wonder what he means by the circles, basically they all stand around in a circle and there's a biscuit in the middle of the circle. And yada, yada, yada. The last person to finish has to eat it. Also, MK Ultra says he sounds like a dirty Safa. What do you mean Safa? I don't know what that is. Thank you, though.
There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
I thought dogs could have cheese as a treat. Isn't that the cheese tax? Aren't dogs allowed a little bit of cheese? Cheddar cheese is a treat. Am I wrong here? He's a good boy. Look, give him a little piece. You can have a little bit of pepperoni. I don't know.
I'm sure.
Now let me show you the tweets that Ian conveniently omitted. Me when my 3 kids ask me why they haven't seen me in the past 4 months. I was in my basement. How can you shun a fallen fan when they worry about their 3 kids when they can't be bothered to protect their dogs? Ethan was neglected.
Speaking about protecting dogs, can we get some Save Sunnies in the chat? We need to see Sunny. We need proof of life of Sunny.
Neglectful with his dogs. He's already been neglectful with his kids, and he will continue to be. As a child of a neglectful, bipolar, narcissistic dad, that's precisely why I worry about Ethan's kids. I explained it on the podcast, but the truth of the matter is it's all a lie. It's all wrong. The man is talking about my children. He's painting me as a terrible parent, a neglectful parent, and saying that whose claim to fame as being Idubb's friend and former editor, is spreading malicious, damaging rumors about me that led to the CPS being called, which, by the way, Ian does not explain one time. Did not mention why I'm.
You wouldn't want to mention that critical detail because it might make you not look, as good as they say.
Angry at FroggyTonic. He did not mention why I'm angry at Denims. He did not mention the name of the episode. He did not mention what the episode was about. He actually has a perfect opportunity to explain the CPS call, but watch what.
Also, I just want to mention that some other people did some reactions to this video, and one of the first things I said is that Frogan can't lift her legs because she's fat. She's fat, chat. And other people have picked up on that, so it is very funny. Also, just a reminder that she looks like Jar of Greed. So every time Frogan appears in your video, it allows you to draw 2 more cards from your deck. Aspen Formula 2 says, call me Sheba, the tax man, every time Cheese is around. I wish I had a Sheba. I love Shebas. I see them all the time. They're quite common here, but I think no dog has a face as cute as the Sheba. Although I do like Akitas as well. I don't want to get a dog unless I have like a big yard that he can run around in. I think having like an apartment dog is a little bit silly.
What he does here instead.
Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
What other shit, Ian? Other shit is doing a lot of heavy lifting, man. Now, why does this matter? Because Anissa was yucking it up with these guys during the period in which they were spreading this rumor and when the CPS call was made. The CPS call is central to understanding this story. You cannot tell this story without that context. And to try to tell this story without including that detail, it would be the most bad faith, cruel, gaslighting hit piece of all time. Unfortunately, that's exactly what he did. He convinced his audience that the reason that I'm mad, that I'm lashing out, simply because I'm a raving lunatic. I am crashing out. I'm just crazy and harassed.
The thing is, like, I do have my criticism of Ethan, but he does look like he's crashing out. I can see why people would think that. But honestly, just don't do this like life ruination shit. It's just ridiculous. Don't leave your online beefs online. Tio Hag says another win for the toe. Really? Well, did the toe get something today? Did the FBI thing come through or something? And MK Ultra with another 2 says South African, the worst Commonwealth accent. I like this South African accent. I think it's pretty cool. At least I like the accent that Leonardo DiCaprio does in Blood Diamond. That's a good one. I think it's fun.
Harassing his
Also
friends for no reason. And by the way, to my good friend Ian of 8 years, I really appreciate you weaponizing my mental health against me.
To make Ethan crash out. He's having a parasocial, weird crash out. People can have crash out moments. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Someone who I've confided in over the years with my struggles with it, who understands what I've been through, the lengths that I've gone to work on myself and improve my mental condition. For him to throw that in my face, to characterize anything I'm doing as crashing out, that I need help, that I need to get some kind of treatment, is cruel and pathetic on a level I didn't think he would ever be possible of doing. One ridiculous point he keeps hammering on is that I'm hating on him, I'm harassing him simply because he's following people on Twitter.
We're not going to run to your defense when, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
I'm not.
Anissa apparently also has like a secret Twitter account that she uses to see that people, which doesn't surprise me whatsoever. It's not so secret. People know what it is. But she does have one of those. And Anissa has got to be the worst decision that Idubbbz has ever made in his entire life. And it's kind of hilarious. A lot of people blame Anissa for everything, but Anissa was there. She was part of the Leafy takedown video, the Leafy content cop as well. So maybe they're just both awful people. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that it's Anissa's fault and Ian's a good boy? I think they're both like suffering together and they're both doing this to each other. What is with the toe thing? So what's with the toe posting tonight? Damn you, toe! You can't keep getting away with it with the two. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Not upset, Ian, because you follow people. That is absurd. I'm mad because you are actively engaging with these people on social media, in DMs, while this harassment is happening, seemingly indifferent to it, silent on it. In a sense, I felt like you were more on their side than my side.
Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out.
Our silence means something. That's exactly what we felt. Wow, it's almost like we were right about you. There's something that I've never talked about publicly.
All right, he's about to get into the skull collection. This is kind of crazy. And Merms in the £2 says, "I'll join the Dos por Dos gang." What is Dos por Dos? Is that Spanish? I don't know.
But around the same time,
Thank you.
We received 2 human skulls in the mail at our home. Which
all right, so this is blurred out thing, but they were somebody sent Ethan just to his PO box or his actual. I guess he said to his actual home. 2 human skulls. Well, actually, I won't get the unblurred image for this. So if you've got your own skull, more skulls for the skull throne, and this was absolutely crazy. Now, they do come from a company that sells human skulls. Apparently, these things are something you can just buy. But like when someone found the unblurred image of this, they saw like the tag on it where it says where it came from, and it's like, Lamol, Ethan's talking about human skulls. It's just from a shop. It's like, they're human fucking skulls. You have these crazy people that are sending CPS around to you. They're making up these wild allegations, and they're just trying to destroy your life. And then suddenly you get a pair of human skulls in the mail. Yeah, you should probably be concerned about that. Although some people said that, like, what's a big problem? I would love to have a human skull. I don't know about that. There's a legendary 4chan post. I can't talk about it in this stream because it's a little bit bad. But there's a legendary 4chan post where someone goes to the catacombs and steals a skull, and he does some very strange things with it. I can't co-sign what he does or removing any bones from the catacombs in France, but it was a legendary thread.
Led us to having a very pleasant interview with the FBI. Things have progressed well past the point of that's just what the internet does. Ian had a recent revelation. He's transcended into a new person. He's achieved nirvana and discovered empathy at age 32.
I think only in these...
I forgot about that as well. He said this when he went through what's called a troll's remorse, which is when you feel bad for being mean on the internet later in life. He said that he developed his empathy center. Now, I actually think you can't learn empathy. I think that's something that has to be developed in the brain when you're about 5 or 6 or something like that. And if you don't develop empathy by that age, apparently you never develop it. You can obviously, ape what empathy is like, but apparently true empathy only comes from learning at that age. Also, big support tonight. Lots of chats coming in today. Tio Hank with a 10 says, Dabbleverse breaking news, Kevin Brennan, MLC podcast, and Chad Zumach are at war. I think I've talked to Chad Zumach once. He was okay to talk to. I don't know much about him, though. I don't know who Kevin Brennan is. The carnage is going on. It's going to be worse in Gaza. Okay, so all my Dabbleverse bros in the chat, you can have that to look forward to. Thank you very much for the support.
Past couple of years, have I gained the ability empathy? And I'm very ashamed to admit that. It sounds really pathetic to say at the age of 32, I've acquired empathy. But I have, and I've realized it because I just can't help myself. But
all right, so he kind of just showed it there, but we're going to get into this next.
And I've realized.
So this is the photo that they took to post on Instagram, and you can see he's kneeling. Also, very funny. Like there's so much funny shit about this thing that we'll go into. But he's kneeling. He's got his Free Palestine scarf, and then he's got his swastika katana right next to it. What did he mean by that, chat? What did it mean?
It because I just
Now again. This is a manji, and I believe that this particular sword is from Bleach. Now, I have never watched Bleach myself. I knew someone that really liked it. It's an anime. But Hassan went and bought this sword not knowing what Bleach was. And they actually went through all the clips from his past, and they found out that as early as 3 months ago, he didn't even know what Bleach was. So why did he buy this sword in particular is the question. Now, there may be a very honest reason to do so, but the thing is, they would not be honest if the situation was reversed. If Elon does his little Roman salute or wave or whatever, and to be honest, I think that Elon Musk probably knew a little bit what he was doing, but I don't give a shit because it was just having a bit of fun on the main stage, right? They did not give him any benefit of the doubt. So why should we give them the benefit of the doubt. In this situation, this is absolutely what they chose to do, surely. And it's very funny because Idubbbz, he tried to abandon his edgy past and join the left only to be labeled as a Nazi. So one of the funniest things possible. Also, Mem says, add this to Oblivion Remastered. I've never played Oblivion. People are very popular, very happy about it right now, except for a few people. But I was trolling on Twitter a little bit the other day, talking about Oblivion Remastered. There's like a, well, it's topic for another time. But thank you very much for the poons. Much appreciated.
Can't help myself but like feel for other people's pain and suffering now. I'm still not perfect.
So he's learned empathy. He's 32 and he's gone around acting like this. Like he likes to pretend that he's grown up, but then he engages in this childish behavior.
I think that is, my empathy meter's only maybe like a quarter of the way filled up potentially, but it's at least there.
In the spirit of his newfound enlightenment, he had this to say.
I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it. The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where
So I'll just show you one thing of that actually.
Acknowledge it.
So back here, you can see that Hasan has a little sword collection. I know it's very small. It's in the blurred out area. You can see he's got it looks to be 3 different swords. So there was a choice that was made when he picked up the swastika katana.
The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons and, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on. And I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes. And, I make a different set of mistakes.
Also, kind of interesting, but this is another funny allegation that people are making, but he's got his hair here. Why did he shave his head before joining this video? It really makes you think, huh?
Mistakes than the people I was making videos on, but it doesn't matter. I don't think anyone did.
See, look at this jar of greed, just a random jump scare. Like, let me show you. Okay, so I guess jar of Twitch allows you to draw 2 Sabras from your deck or something. I don't know. This is pot of greed. Look at this woman's face. You cannot tell me she does not look like pot of greed. Okay? You cannot tell me that this woman, especially when she smiles, does not look like pot of greed. All right.
Deserves that level of cruelty or hate. It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave. And it's not.
So what he means by this is people would come up to him when he would go to like, what's that shop that people buy, like the expensive like shop? Is it Trader Joe's? Is that like the expensive like organic food shop or something? Trader Joe's. So Ian and Anissa live in LA and they want to hang out with LA people, but they would go to like Trader Joe's and then kids would run up to Ian and yell like NF. And if you know, you know. And try and get like a selfie with him. So every time Anissa was it Whole Foods? I thought that was the cheap one. Is it Whole Foods? Isn't Trader Joe's the good one? I don't know. It's not important. Every time they were out in public, people would come up and yell the NF slurs at Ethan and Anissa, which drove away all their friends. And this is very sad because they want to be part of the in crowd. They want to be part of the cool kids club. And there are actually some clips where they explain that Creator Clash, the entire idea of this was that they would have a big party with influencers and they just wanted to party and be like the center of attention. And also just everyone was going to get paid and everyone was just going to go to the bank and everyone was going to get drunk and everyone was going to sleep together. And then also fans would show up and cheer them and pay for all of it. Now, the charity aspect was always a minor aspect of Creator Clash, but now he's trying to say it was like always about charity, which is not true. And last year, Creator Clash 2, was it last year? Last Creator Clash. They made no fucking money. Because they decided that everyone could get to stay in their hotels for like 3-4 days because they might be sad after boxing. So you wouldn't have to go onto the plane with like a fat lip or something. So they blew hundreds of thousands of dollars that was meant for charity that people gave to them thinking it was going to charity. And Creator Clash 2. And they made no money. It cost them money. Their expenses were higher. Ethan had to do like all these streams like playing WoW or something to try and raise money just to recover his ass, to make him look like he wasn't a total piece of shit, because they already announced the charities they were going to be doing to as well. And now he's like, but you should totally trust me for Creator Clash 3. By the way, very funny to see how it's failing, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
What happened? Am I so uniquely evil that you're willing to abandon your newfound principles after what, less than a year? What is it that I've done, Ian, that makes me more detestable than any of the other people that you've content copped? And for what did you?
So one of the things that Ian did is he unlisted all of the old content cops. So this is, I believe, the only content cop he has on his channel. He had content cops about Keemstar. He had content cops about Rice Scum, Leafy. There was a bunch of other people. And all of those people, not okay to make fun of them. But Ethan, A-okay. He's a much worse person than Keemstar or Rice Scum or Logan Paul or anything like that.
You do this to revitalize your dying career? This entire video reeks.
Oh, no.
Other people that you've content copped. And for what did you do this? To revitalize?
So this is his this is his channel, the podcast channel, where he talks about anything. And it looks like he's dying in every episode. Sharing Valentine's story. Apparently I think this view's got a bit more views. Like, these get nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean similar views to what I get. But like, I don't have 7 million subscribers. Okay. It's a little bit different. If we go to the Maximum Damage podcast, Maximum Damage, let's have a look. I think they haven't done a podcast since this came out, though. And Ethan coped and sneeted about saying he doesn't want anyone to watch his content. Then, yeah, the most recent one has more views, which is probably people saw it. But the typical views is like around, the previous one, Magic the Gathering Strip Club, was 4.6 thousand views 3 weeks ago. So he's just gone to die there. And I don't know why they're trying to make it happen. There's no way they're recouping costs on it.
Your dying career. This entire video reeks of desperation, of being thrown together and poorly researched. I don't really even understand why they did this, and I can't imagine that it's going to be worth it. Thanks for the 8 years of friendship, buddy.
So the thing is, if you have, there's about 300 people liking. I mean, if they like the video, let's check. There's 300 people watching, but only 100 have liked the stream. Come on, guys, at least get another 50 likes. No, so what happens is, live streams work like this. You have about 300 people, right? If they'll watch it, some people watch it, some people will dip in, some people will dip out. And then the end of the stream, you get the total views. Ian does not get 3,000 live viewers. That means on his live views, they're about 200 to 300. And then people watch the replay and stuff. So when this stream ends, it'll probably have like 2,000 views or something, even though the view count will probably be about, the live viewers, will be about 350. That'll probably equal to about 2,000 or 3,000 viewers when this ends. And then depending on how interesting the topic is or how, people would have missed it or something, they'll watch it. So when you see Ian's show and it says 3.5K, that's total views. It's not concurrent watches. If Ian was getting 3,000 people watching his podcast, it would be a successful podcast, but that's not the case. It's literally like under, I want to say 400 live viewers. And he has a channel that has 7 million subscribers. It's crazy.
Have fun with your new friends.
All right, there you go. So that happened, and then so we now will go into the I thought I had a picture of the swastika katana. Where'd it go? All right. So this is what it's like when you go around Asia. Okay, these things are everywhere. So it's actually not a swastika. It's a manji, which I mentioned earlier, and it's specifically from the actually I just noticed that there's like 1 million of them in this one. So there's like the big one here. And actually, if you go to like Google Maps and look at Kyoto or somewhere in Japan which has a lot of shrines, they actually use the manji for the symbol of a shrine on Google Maps. So you could go see this right now. Did I say manju? It's manji, right? Manji? I'm pretty sure it's manji. Anyway, this is one of the funny things that happens when Americans come to Japan is they see this and they're like, what's going on here? And they always like to point it out because I think it's probably entertaining as well. But if you notice, there's actually like 1 million of them. Like every single tile has one. I just noticed that here. They're all up here. And this is pretty common. This is not unusual. I see these things every day. This is not important. If you hear, there's a little crow. Look at that. There's a little crow sitting at the top. I didn't notice that. A cute little bird. Now, it is not important about what is the reality of this because Hasan, when he picked it out, he absolutely knew that it was sus. Okay. He didn't know it was a bleach sword and he knew how people would regard this immediately. And we'll take a look at some clips now about that. And people are using this to try and cancel Idubbbz, which is very funny because they should be using it to cancel Hasan more, but they're just like, you know what? We'll just take on Hasan. So I believe. All right, here we go. So Nicholas Yoro thinks Idubbbz and crew chose to use the swastika sword in the content cup for nefarious. Oh my goodness, that's a loud one. Must be a building burning down or something. It's a dog whistle. took a situation where they're being called anti-Semitic and they pose with a sword they view as a swastika sword. That's on purpose. So let's take a look at this video. And this is Nicholas Dioro, who's I think is in the content community. I mean, sorry, the what do they call it? The reaction community or something. So here's Hasan buying the sword. There's all these different swords, and I think this is an anime convention.
This one's sicker. Wait, that's a little sus.
This is important because the first thing that everybody notices about this sword is the manju. Or manji.
No
manji?
way,
Now I'm confused. I think I've tricked
dude.
myself.
No fucking way.
Yeah, it's manji.
He gestures down toward it. This one's sicker, dude.
That's a little sus.
It's sus, bro. Why is it sus?
Questionable. Bag. Oh, okay.
So this is later when they're getting dressed up, and this is after the convention, I believe.
Yeah. Immediately goes for the swastika one.
So even Hasan himself jokes about this being the swastika sword.
It was on purpose. They did it on purpose. I'm sorry. I think they did it on purpose. That's my personal opinion. They knew it looked like a swastika, and they posed with it. Dude, they did it on purpose. No, that's how I view it now. That's my personal opinion on this.
I mean, there is 3 other swords in Hasan's room that they could have picked from. It is interesting. It really makes you think. And like I said, it doesn't offend me. It doesn't bother me because I know that it's not actually a swastika. But here's the thing, like I said, they would not give anyone else the benefit of the doubt. When Elon did his Roman salute, as he called it, they said this is absolutely a dog whistle to the far right and the mega crowd, and this is all they're doing it in plain sight now. We're literally living under the Nazi occupation. The Trump, he's gonna be deporting all of the Jews. You know, they did everything like that. They take every opportunity to do it. So why should we give them the benefit of the doubt when this occurs in such a funny turn of events? Remember, the funniest thing is always the truest thing. That's how we go here.
It's a dog whistle. Dude, dude, I'm sorry, bro. We've watched videos where people have called me dog whistler and shit like this for fucking years by these exact types of people.
This is true, actually. Hasan, I think, is actually called Nicholas Dioro, like a, what do they call it? Like a crypto Nazi or something, like a hidden Nazi. So they absolutely cast these aspersions on other people. So now they get it back. And guess what? They get what they fucking deserve. It's funny. Suffer.
Took a fucking situation where they're being called anti-Semitic and they posed with a sword that they view as the swastika sword. That was on purpose, 100 fucking %. Do not even argue with me about this. This is ridiculous.
Immediately goes for the swastika one. Got it.
I like this already much better.
All right. I think there's another one. Well, that's when he buys it. Oh, that's right. So Diorio said, Hasan Piker has literally called me a crypto fascist. That's what they call them, crypto fascists. Not like cryptocurrency, but like hidden, you know, or obscure. He has literally called me a crypto fascist on live stream before, and he owns a sword swastika. Very funny. And he's got a nice big, I mean, look at this photo, though. All right, we got to do a poll. We got to do a poll, chat. Also, the first poll results are in. Did you get a Switch 2 today? 5% said yes. 69% said no. And 26% said bing, bing, wahoo. They like the button. Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know. It is kind of funny. Look at this. Look at this. Hold on a second. First, let's review the facts. There is 3 other swords that they could have chosen from. Okay? So they chose this one in particular. Ian shaved his head just before this photo. Very funny, but not really. Not really like an actual argument, but it is very funny. Why did the chat thing break? Hold on. I'll fix this in a second. Then they have the Free Palestine scarf. He takes a knee. And then he's holding the swastika katana. All right. So that's what I was going to do. I was going to make the poll. Let me restore the chat. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. You can post your ones while you wait for the poll. You can post your ones while I fix this briefly. I don't know why this always happens. All right. You're righty. There we go. All right, we'll start a new poll. Did they know? Yes. All right. Oh, wait. You know what? Did they choose that sword on purpose? There we go. All right, everything's fixed. Everything's good to go, chat. No, I think they kind of had to, right? It's very odd, especially when someone is so socially conscious. There was another clip, actually, I don't know if they have it here, but Ludwig, who is kind of like a Hassan ball washer, he also noticed the first reason he didn't pick that sword, because they're at the same place, was because it looked like the swastika. I wonder if that's in the replies, though. Not sure. Not sure. All right. So now, Ian is getting cancelled, and you love to see it. You love to see it. So this is Creator Clash 3 update. They have removed the upper bowl seating. So this was the original venue. So all of the gray seats are, you know, the blue seats are available. The blue seats are available. This is what it looked like on the first day. After the first day, they decided to remove it. They started removing places. Oh, what's the thing? There we go. And not only that, the funniest thing happened. So now you've got all of these. This is the original one. Like, these are the available seats. So you maybe you'll be sitting in like 301 or 316. You can look directly in the ring. They decided to close off the option to buy them, so they couldn't even do that, right? And the only upper seats that are available are now the ones that are in the diagonal direction, which is the longest distance from this thing. So actually, if you bought one of these upper loft seats or whatever, the nosebleed seats, you now have a worse seat. They didn't even think about upgrading people to this. So you can see here that only the seats sold so far in the lot 102. So this part is sold out. Ringside is like this one here, here, and here. Those seats are sold. All of these blue seats still available. They haven't sold anything. In fact, they were suffering so much. And it's funny. It's funny because you just know that Ian, he got on his knees. He begged Hassan to let him into the LA crew. And that they would do their Squid Pro Crow, right? They would promote Creator Clash, but nobody is promoting Creator Clash. They're not going to go. They don't give a shit. Ethan is by himself. Sorry, I keep saying Ethan. Ian. Idubbbz Ian. He's by himself. And what's worse, what's funnier actually is, like I said, they did not upgrade these seats. Like, you think like you take away like the nice seat that's like looking directly in the ring, they might upgrade you to like the loft side or like the ring side or something. No, you just get your seat moved all the way into the corner. The seat tickets originally, like the outer seats, were around $200. They reduced the price 50%. 50%. So now it's $100. Now you might be asking, what if you really support Idubbbz? What if you're an early adopter? What if you bought a day one ticket? Sorry, I still got a bit of a cough. Even if you bought a day one ticket and you supported Idubbbz with your $200, now that the same price seats are $100, do you get a refund? Do you get like a portion back? No, it's no refunds. So even if you're a fan, if you're still one of the people supporting Ian, you could just get a worse deal. It's so funny. It's such a disaster, and I'm actually thinking they might cancel it now. Creator Clash is like the new bum fights. Kind of. So it's not looking too good. It's not looking too good at all. Very funny, and you love to see it. You love to see bad people suffer. And you love to see all the bad people you don't like fighting each other as well. BobTube with a 2 says, have you seen the Romper Stomper? Ian is Russell Crowe. No, I haven't. It's time for our intermediate. I have like a little bit of a palate cleanser because I know some people don't like it, okay? So we have a message from Australia. Since I'm coughing, I thought it might be a good time to remind everyone about the insanity that happened just a couple years ago. So let's have a look at this message from the Premier of Australia. Let's see what he says.
Hello, my name is Mark McGowan. I am the Premier of Western Australia.
It's Western Australia.
Hello, my name is Mark McGowan, and I'm Juvenile Premier here in Western Australia. And I'm the interpreter. I gotta talk like Creole, like Juvenile, what he talking about.
So, if you didn't catch that, this is the Premier of Australia. He has a message about COVID, and they have a Aboriginal interpreter so that all the Aboriginals can understand about it at the same time.
This is an important message to keep Aboriginal people safe.
Okay.
And the message is probably an important one to keep everybody safe one.
You can die.
Look at him. Look at his face. Look at his face. Yeah, don't sniff petrol from a can. That's not a good idea.
Die from the corona or get really sick.
You can pass away from this corona, or you can get really sick one.
It's time to get the corona needle to keep people and country strong.
Again, it's time to get him this needle from a corona to keep him but all the people and country proper strong one.
I love that. It's so good. I haven't been back to Australia in ages. To keep our country proper strong one. Nice, nice. I love it how she's got notes too. She's reading from her notes.
The corona needle will protect kids, old people, men and women.
Well, the young corona needle gotta keep him a safe one for all the kids and for all the men and women.
Many people around the world have already had the needle.
Big more people all around the world been already getting but their needle.
It is free and it's safe.
If you remember, you have access to a certain emoji. You can post it in the chat if you so wish.
Dijan, that needle black corona, he free one and he safe one.
If you're worried.
Wait, she doesn't believe this. Wait, look at her eyes. Look at her eyes.
And he safe one.
Why did she look to the she did the Did you see that? look at her like enhance. And I'm sorry, but she looks like a minion. Does she look like a minion to anybody with these glasses? I think it's like these are the worst frames.
One.
She doesn't trust that it's a safe one.
Needle black corona, he free one. And he safe one.
If
she does kind of look like a hostage.
you're worried, talk to your clinic or medical centre or go to Roll Up for WA on the internet.
People are worrying about talk like yours one clinic or go to a hospital place or go to.
Is he sighing? Mr. Prime Minister, Mr. Premier, do you stress sighing over there? Let's have it. Just like listen to him. Listen to this.
Or go to get him a hospital place or go to get himself roll up internet.
So get your needle now and stay strong. Thank you.
Oh, it's too funny. That's too funny. Do we want to watch the Billy Mitchell thing too, chat? Do you want to watch the whole Billy Mitchell? It's like 4 minutes. And this is post... Oh, sorry. Do you want to watch the Carl Jobs thing? It's about his dating life. It's like a 4 minute interlude. And this is what he used to do. If you weren't aware, Carl Jobs or it's Jobs, right? Isn't it like a Yobby? I don't know. No, is it Jobs? I don't know. But before he was doing expose videos on the internet about the not the needle, about the speedrunners, he was actually trying to make a career as a dating coach, like a pickup artist. It's very funny too, because he's so awkward. I think we might have to watch it. Hello, you absolute virgins. Exactly. Cindy Collins with a 10 Canadian. That's $10 that won't be going to the Canadian Switch industry, says. Canadian Switch, the Switch 2. This feels like this video is about to end with a beheading. It kind of does. All right, let's take a look. We'll take a look at our boy Carl, the absolute legend, and then we'll take a look at these body cam footages thing. What is this? Oh, so there's other news, but I guess I was going to share this as an opening story, but I forgot about it. There's a new phone on the market, the minimal phone. It's got no doom scrolling, no keyboard, or full keyboard, week-long battery. It's just a phone. We're going backwards, chat. Like, we've got all this technology. People now can't control themselves from using their smartphones. So this company's bright idea is it's like a basic phone that allows you to just call and text people. I mean, you could just downgrade and go to a regular Nokia flip phone or whatever, but this is what people need now. We're going backwards in technology. So people wonder about how dark ages of technology can happen, or these gaps in history, and how did they make the pyramids? We don't know. In fact, we do know, but it doesn't matter. It's because of things like this. People get too distracted doom scrolling. That's what happened in ancient Egypt. What is this? BobTube says, well, the Fiverr says, another Australian classic. Please play the "You Are My Sister" live on Q&A from 150. I'll take a look at that, Bob. All right, we'll take a look while I listen to Mr. Yobst.
Hi, Carl Jobst here, creator of ApproachHerNow.com.
ApproachHerNow.com.
And if you're looking to increase
this video's sponsor is ApproachHerNow.com. Hopefully you don't approach her in a dark alleyway from behind on a cold, rainy night. I wouldn't recommend that in my experience.
Level of confidence around women and decrease the amount of anxiety you feel when you want to approach women, you've come to the right place. I have specifically created this website to help men who want more dates, relationships, and sex in their life, but just can't seem to make it happen because the act of approaching a woman is too difficult.
Now, you might be wondering why he's recording this in purgatory, or like, you know, like Harry Potter and Dumbledore are walking by in the background right there. This is limbo. He's recording in limbo. It's because it makes his complexion look darker because he's a little bit. I'm sorry, he doesn't have the right build or the right look to be a pickup coach. Okay, and I think the pickup coaching is pretty stupid, honestly, but you don't want this guy doing it.
Now, we all know it.
The Matrix
if we can
loading
just
program,
go
yes.
out and approach, we're going to get a lot of success. And this is true for many reasons. And this is why it is so frustrating when we can't approach. We know that if we can just get over this one obstacle, everything is going to be okay. A lot of things are going to take care of themselves if we can just go out and try to meet a lot of women. This is actually true. And if we can just get over...
Just go out there and talk to them. Oh my goodness, why didn't I think about that?
Over our approach anxiety, we're going to get a lot of success and quicker than we ever have before. If you found it difficult to approach women in the past, I can assure you it's not because there's something wrong with you. If you can't approach, it's because you don't know how. And I don't mean...
I mean, some people do have things wrong with them, though. That's the thing.
You don't know what to say, and I don't mean you don't know what to do. What I actually mean is that you don't understand how anxiety works, and you don't understand how to deal with it properly.
Just be confident, dumbass. What are you worried about?
I struggled with approach anxiety for 6 years. I went out to bars and clubs every weekend, hoping to approach. I actually went out with the intention of approaching. I would say to myself before I went out, I am going to approach this weekend. But the thing is,
he's like staring in the mirror, like looking at himself in the eyes. You absolute legend. You're going to go to the bar. You're going to go up and say, hello, ladies, looking good tonight. Then you're going to walk away and the ladies are going to come right back to your table, mate. Like he's psyching himself up for this. Like, and I don't know if I showed the video. There's a really funny video where he actually does this. He goes out to the street in like Adelaide no, I think it's like Queensland, right? Isn't he from Brisbane? No, Brisbane. And he just goes up to ladies and he's like, excuse me, ladies, I just wanted to say that you look really cute. And then he walks away and he just doesn't do anything. And there was one chick that he talked to that actually responded well to him, but then he just he did the virgin turn and walked away. So it sounded like he freaked out in his own video. It's like kind of funny.
Couldn't. Something was stopping me. Now, this wasn't because I didn't know what to do either. I had spent years and literally thousands of hours studying dating advice. I knew what...
He put his 10,000 hours into dating advice? What do you mean thousands of hours? What, watching the mystery method or something? Or like what is that thing? The pickup?
What to say and how to say it. But that didn't help me when it actually came to doing...
Oh my goodness, you're right. This is actually Dilophosaurus strategies. You go in, you get a quick bite off, and then you run away and let the venom do its damage. It's actually true.
Knew how to do. If I was out at a club and I saw an attractive woman I wanted to approach, I would start trying to talk myself into approaching her. So I would say things like, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst that could happen? That's like a pretty good clip there. You could just... what's the worst that could happen? Anyway, yada, 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 I owe Billy Mitchell $400,000. He mix packed? That's true. He is a mix packer as well.
Or there's plenty of fish
Rob
in
says,
the
well,
sea.
howdy, me. Well, how's it going, Rob? Hope you're doing well.
If I don't try, I'm definitely going to fail.
That's true.
And the thing is, all those things didn't work. My mind wasn't in control. My body had taken over and just was not letting me approach.
Wait, I think when the body takes over, something else happens that you're not allowed to do in civil society.
Now, luckily, during these 6 years, I had broadened my horizons a little bit. I started studying things like self-development and psychology. And what I actually realized is A lot of the advice I had been hearing in the dating community about how to overcome anxiety was completely different to the advice given by psychologists on how to overcome anxiety. I started incorporating ideas from diet and exercise, and I realized one of the reasons that a lot of us can't consistently approach is very similar to the reason that a lot of us can't consistently keep up a diet. And I realized that building confidence is very similar to building muscle.
But look at his arms. You can't say these things if you don't have any muscular definition, my friend. Oh my goodness. Look, are you a lonely virgin? Have you considered eating right? I mean, that's probably good advice, honestly, but like, it's not going to help.
And once I started using this analogy, a lot of things started becoming a lot easier. Then,
it took him thousands of hours to figure this out.
After 6 years of trying to overcome my approach anxiety, I had a realization that changed everything. Now, as soon as
So he was on his computer, and instead of going and talking to people in real life, which is actually how you will meet somebody, he spent 6 years researching the darkest secrets from the internet forums. I think he was just playing video games for 6 years. And then he was just thinking about speed running, and he's like, how can I make this the most efficient thing ever? Oh my goodness.
I had this realization, success started happening quicker than it ever had. I went from someone who couldn't approach at all to someone who could approach whenever I wanted. Now, this change wasn't instantaneous. I still had to do a little bit of work, but just to compare, I had more success in 1 month than I had had in 6 years of trying. And just as I had predicted, success with women came shortly after. This website...
He's not a virgin. This guy fucks, okay? This guy fucks. After 6 years of planning, it all came together. And he probably just bought a chick a drink in the bar and told her she was funny or something.
It contains my realizations. If you read, learn, and apply the information I'm giving you, you are going to get success quicker than you ever have. I have absolutely no doubt about that. It worked for me, and it has now worked for many men.
But like, people are, I don't know if this is true, but someone said that he actually got like a mail order bride from like Vietnam or something. Is that true, or is she just an immigrant? I don't know. Sometimes the chat tells me things that aren't very true, and I believe them, as I'm too susceptible to chat's charms, because they have 6,000 hours or 6 years of experience in manipulating me. But anyway, that's kind of like how his story ended. He's married now, and he does video game videos. So it all came together.
Before you start reading, I want to give you one final thought. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter how much money you make. If you have enough confidence, you can get as much success with women as you want.
Just be confident, dummy. What? Now think about that.
Now let me say that again. If you have enough confidence, you can get as much success with women as you want. And the best part is, confidence is something we know.
Looks don't matter, chat. Looks don't matter. It's all about, you just need to be confident. You just need to go up there, shake a girl's hand, and tell her that you're willing to start tomorrow, okay? The women, they appreciate the gumption of doing that. They love it when you do that.
How to build. If you enter in your email address on the left, I'll send you my free ebook, which tells you everything you need to know about how to overcome your approach anxiety.
Couldn't you just call it like a free book? Because like the E's already in there. I don't know. How many emails do you think he got for this?
And if you'd like, you can speak with me directly, one-on-one, in one of our online coaching sessions.
I mean, if you're a lady, you can speak to him directly when he ties you up in his basement.
During our coaching sessions, you can speak with me from anywhere in the world, and I will tell you exactly what you need to do in order to get the results you want. To find out more information...
Unfortunately, his dating school didn't get the results that he wanted because he tried to hide all of this, abandoned it all, and then started to get a video game channel. So maybe he needs to spend another 6 years figuring out how to be more successful marketer and not give these creepy vibes or something. He's picking up Australian females. He just needs a pulse. Brutal. All right, what is this? You are my sister. Q&A. I don't know what this is. I might have to veto it if it's got music in it. It says from 1 minute. Was it 1 minute? I have to look at this. All right, what is this? All right, what is this? Gotta check for copyright things. ABC Australia, so they're almost certainly going to copyright this. Okay. There's a big spike here. What happens? You better not have robbed me, BobTube. What's going to happen here? Is this guy dying? Wait, that's a chick. I've never seen this before. This can't be real. Wow, that's look at this person. Oh, he started with the sticks again. Holy shit, that's pretty funny. But it's absolutely getting this channel striked with a copyright claim, I assume. So very worth it, very funny. Does it get comments are turned off? No, you cowards, ABC Australia. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. That was fun. Australia is such a wonderfully colorful place, isn't it? All right. So last time I asked for people to send me through videos of body cams that were entertaining. I've got 3 for you here. We'll see how this goes. This is the first one that came through. Norwegian police funniest arrest ever. I feel like I've maybe seen a little bit of this before. All right, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we won't have to move to the next one because of copyright and shit. But we'll see. All right, don't kick.
Sånn. Nå sitter du, sånn som jeg snakket med deg om, nå sitter du ordentlig, oppfør deg, ikke dra på deg noe mer enn nå. Nå skal du inn til oss, og så skal du sove ut rusen. Ikke dra på deg noe.
Jeg har ikke noe rus!
Nei, men det...
helvete!
Men det får du ikke.
Helvetes blodet! Så jakta på meg!
Får du ikke.
How do you get your voice to sound like that? That's amazing. Is he got like... We need to send pirate software this guy. Holy shit. That's an amazing video. I mean, amazing voice. The first comment says, I like how they're so calm and light-handed while they're arresting Satan. It's the son of Odin. He's a demon. All the fucking time.
Ikke sant? Så jeg prøver å fortelle deg nå at ikke du drar på deg. Nå kan du høre hva. Ja, får bare bli så forbanna du vil. Bare oppfør deg. Du litt morsom nå.
Hva skjer nå?
What happens now?
Har du hørt det før?
Alene?
Ja, du får ikke med deg noen inn der, vet du. Og så skal du få sove.
Får du pikken med meg?
Can I get my dick with me? What is he talking about? This guy's crazy. Like, is this what Norway's like? I want to go to Norway now. I have to send this to Nick Starro and ask him if it's really like this.
Den henger vel på, håper jeg. Så da...
The Scandinavians.
Fast I kroppen.
Men faen ikke vent 10 timer når du skal kåle på meg.
Nei, vi skal ikke vente. Vi setter deg I arresten, og så når du frisk.
Det har vært 2 dere galler!
I have been 22 times to jail.
Det blir 23 nå. Hallo? Hvorfor roper du så høyt?
Da har faen ikke du noe med! Din forbanna hestkuk!
Is fucking horsecock like a Norwegian thing to say? Is that like a common thing, like a common FU over there or something? These guys seem so friendly too. The Norwegian language, it sounds so like whimsical when you're being happy with it.
Sorry. Du har temperament.
Ja.
You have an awful temper. Yeah, sign it off. Like, hold on, I wish I could do this voice. This is an incredible voice.
Men du må styre temperamentet ditt. Du, nå sparket du meg.
Don't kick me.
Herregud, er det så pyse?
Nei.
Are you a coward? Coward.
Det forbanna pudding. Du en pudding.
Det?
Ja, du.
He's calling them jelly and pudding. What a funny thing to say. It's so Scandinavian. Oh, he's gonna kick. Oh no, it's happening. Somebody mentioned that. Oh, why is it muted? Oh, he must have said something really naughty.
Sånn. Det jeg ønsker fra deg nå skal det ikke være noe som helst spark. Eller sånne ting. Nei. Og det må du love meg.
Ja, jeg lover det. På trua. I Jesu navn. Kom igjen.
Whoever made these subtitles, like the yellow on white is not a good choice. I don't like that. Now he's telling them to drive faster. Step on the accelerator, drive in the ass of the car. Turn on the siren. Hurry up. Come on. Use the accelerator. Look, this man's got places to be. All right, this guy's got places to be. All they had to put was the yellow text over the black background. It would work perfectly, but this is not good. The yellow and white is terrible choice.
Så in i helvete, nu tar du... Signet!
Ja.
Jävlig förbanna!
How the fuck are you supposed to read this? Ambulancing. Wait, I assume it's like medical emergency ambulance or something, but it says like ambulang swing gang. I don't know. It's not a real language, I'm
Det har
pretty
vi
sure.
skjønt.
Ja. Det har vært minst 22 ganger!
Ja, men vi er nødt til å passe på at ikke du oppfører deg sånn at andre mennesker blir skremt og usikre. Fordi
Det er faen ikke en jævel som blir tøtt av meg!
Nei, men du er så sint at folk blir redd.
Du står jo her, er du redd?
Nei, jeg er ikke redd, men jeg er jo politi.
Hva faen er ellers her?
Nei, men her...
På sinnssykehuset!
Ja, vi er ikke...
I do like the little ha-ha. I thought this was Norway. I thought we were in freedom. I thought this was Norway. You can't take me into the ambulance gang. Oh my goodness.
Nei, sett deg ned. Sett deg ned. Og så må du være stille. Det er andre syke mennesker her, vet du. Det er det som... Det kan godt hende. Det er sånn, da. Når du blir så sint, så blir det problem for sånne.
Fislefine.
Ja.
Fist fine pussy. What does he mean by that? Is this like the Rizzler or something in Norway? Is this what you go up and say to the Norwegian chicks? Is this guy like need to give his 6,000 hours over to Carl so he can go over to Norway and find someone that's also an albino? Oh, they're so happy. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, now the snorting starts. Okay. We got DSP Copman over here. Don't kick him when he opens the door. Why? Doesn't he like having a shoe in his ass? This guy just doesn't stop. It's amazing. You don't need to take off your pants. I do it anyway.
Okay. Se her. Nå ødelegger du koppen som du hadde fått.
He just like crushed up a little styrofoam cup and threw it down. What a legend. You absolute legend.
Nå skal du få teppe av meg, så skal jeg hente en ny kopp.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's too funny. This is a really good one. This is a really good one. And the guys are just laughing later. Oh my goodness. Perfect ending. Perfect ending. All right. Tiberius, member 7 months, says, when meme streams I watch, what can I say? Kino. Yes, you should like the stream. All right, we got two here that were sent to me. One was called see this future silly cop claim to know about the law, but police proved her wrong. And also this one, which looks pretty wild. Arkansas. I was going to say Arkansas. Arkansas married mom and adult son arrested for alleged incestuous relationship. Part 1. I mean, we did watch the Chris Chan thing, so it's like it's not that too different from the regular scheduled content. Which one am I supposed to watch here? I'll watch this one. Let's see what this one says. I might watch it on 1.25 to see what happens there, and maybe I'll veto if it gets too weird. Okay. This is from I don't know who's this is Arkansas Police Activity. Okay.
With a male in black short, no shirt.
Alleged chat. It's alleged.
What's going on, dude? That's a messed up, man. I just walked in and found my freaking wife and her son having sex.
What? This guy called the cops on his own wife and her son? He got cuckolded? Like, this is some Opedius shit or whatever, right? So I guess he's like the stepfather and he just walked in. What an iconic look as well. There's like so much going on here.
I'm 100% serious. She's drunk as I'll get out. He was too, and he just left. What's he wearing? My daughter just lives right there. That's probably where he's at. Okay, come here, other road. I just got home from work, man. Do you know what he's wearing? No, I don't want to pay attention, man. I just got home from work. Okay. But I'm about to have her. I need her off the property right now.
Oh, wait. I want to see that memo book. That looks neat.
Pay attention, man. I just got home from work.
Right, I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down now that the action has begun.
Okay. But I'm back to have
All right, you got the memo notebooks from Office Hub. Oh, that's nice, cute.
her. I need her off the property right now.
Hold on, what?
I mean, like they wanted me to see it.
For. If you're close, I was gonna have you keep an eye
You think I'm lying to you?
college in Maine, that area. But
Oh my God, I'm alive, Summer.
If you come down 63B.
The Bono Police Department. The Bono. I guess Bono, right? Bono.
Down college before I got here, and I didn't really need anybody on my way here.
He already has his shirt off. He's ready for arrest, but he's not the perpetrator of this. It's like I think he's the person with a complaint. He called the cops. He's like, "Yo, my bitch is getting railed by her son. You better be here right away." It's like, "Oh, we got a 1060." Happens every other day. There's a based hairstyle. I don't know about that. I do wonder what his job is, though. I really hope that is a detail that is added. Like this channel doesn't have like the Uwu crew thing, so we don't have the context being added by the narrator.
Negative, he's not. The husband is a female here. Said he has no idea.
Well, this has got almost 1 million views over 11 days ago. One of the top comments. I'd like to press charges against the neighbor that let their dog bark the entire time I was trying to watch this. True. Oh my goodness. Purple haired boy didn't deserve this. Oh, this one might be a bit sad. I don't know what to say.
Forever. She's in her passed out on the damn bed.
So you don't know what he was wearing.
I have no idea, buddy. I really don't. I just walked in from work. By our other son's probably on the back porch, and we've had problems before. Everything's been good lately, but we've had problems before. No physical, nothing at all. Literally, sickest thing.
Did he just have a shower? Why is he wet? Or is it raining? I guess it's like raining. He's outside getting his free shower.
I've never seen him freaking live, dude. And now she's just laying there. I need you to come talk to her. I need her gone.
So I can't make
The thing is, like, this guy's physique is actually generally with the like preferred physique in Asia. They really don't care if you have any muscles over here. It's just like they just want you to be thin and skinny. It's hot.
It's fixing to be.
It's not an excuse.
Man, dude.
we don't need that. Just hang out
You
here.
walk in here with me and
Just hang out here for a minute. Let me talk to her. I mean,
she's laying right there. You talk to her. Open the door.
Oh, what are they going to find inside the house? I'm kind of nervous about this. I'm going to be honest. I feel like it's I'm in for a bad time.
Hello.
What department? Miss Crystal?
Are they playing Sonic or Street Fighter on the like? What the hell? This looks like a retro video game. Like it looks like either one of those Street Fighter backgrounds or like the machine level or whatever, the industrial level on Sonic or something.
I swear to God, I'm alive.
Miss Crystal?
Fucking laying there butt naked, legs spread, and he had his dick in it.
It's clean though. It's cleaner than I thought. Yeah, exactly.
And they just both looking at him. He just started shaking his freaking head.
Miss Crystal?
Letting all kinds of flies and mosquitoes in there, like leaving the door open is kind of a bitch move by the police.
He left, and now she's sitting there, and she's screaming, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I got cops in here tonight." She's drunker than shit, so I don't know if she was so fucking drunk and didn't know it and he fucking raped her or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, hang out here for me for a minute, if you don't mind, or in the garage so you don't get rained on.
Sonic would make sense. That's true. Wait, is this the cop car? Do they have like little LEDs under the cop cars in America? I'm always fascinated by the different and exotic culture of the Americans. It seems like such an interesting place. And the neighborhood doesn't look that bad either. Like everyone has got their nice little houses. They've got their little American flags sitting there. They've got their trucks. I was expecting this to be like a trailer park or something, but it actually looks like a fairly nice neighborhood. Is this like am I wrong? Is this like a shitty neighborhood? I don't know. It looks fine to me. Now, this is Arkansas.
So, the son, does he?
I'll get y'all. I got to talk to the cops. I don't know what's going on.
You know him?
That's the other son.
Okay. Is that the one? That we're
No.
talking about? Okay.
Oh, he's
This is the other son.
I've already talked to
He's
him.
trying to kill himself. What?
No, I was just talking to him. He was
Who?
him over. I guess he's the one that called from over here. I don't know who called.
I called.
Okay.
I'm not leaving his side, David. What's going on?
What the fuck is going on here? Is Arkansas like the center of like cutting haircut technology or something? This guy, I just realized this guy's got green hair. This one's got purple hair, and he's got like some sort of skull like earring or something. And I guess he's the other. He's the other son, and he's like freaking out. I mean, I'd be freaking out if I saw this too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. Me and you are together. I'm sorry. I'm done with all this. I'm done with all this. I'm done. I'm done.
How long are they?
I can't. Did you see it? Yes, I was in there when he was doing it. Why didn't you stop him? I can't.
I mean, all right. First of all, I just do want to point out that this guy is wearing a T-shirt that says Sonic. Now, maybe that's like the restaurant Sonic, but I just want to say that. Okay. I do feel bad for this guy, but like, so he walked in on his mum and his brother, I guess, boning, and the step, I think it's the stepdad. He's like, why didn't you stop them? Like, why didn't you pull them apart? I'm gonna be honest. If I saw that too, I would be out of there like a fucking rocket. I'm not sticking around. This guy, I think like there's very few opportunities when a man is allowed to cry, but I feel like this might be one of them. I feel like this might be one of them.
Yes, I was in there when he was doing it. Why didn't you stop him? I can't. He's too big. This shit is too fucking out of hand.
Where's the other son of that?
He's too swole. What do you mean? I mean, this is like gym motivation now. Like, so you're strong enough to pull your brother out of your mother. Like, what do you mean by he's too big? You couldn't stop it. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't have done it either. I would have just been out of there. I would have been out and never turned back.
Oh, what?
This is insane.
Where are they? They're in Summers? Dennis, I don't know. Your mom's sitting right here. Yeah.
He was in the room the whole time. He woke up to it happening. What the fuck? Are you just saying that, or is that true? This is like an indigenous tribe, like a body cam from an indigenous tribe from a different, like, undiscovered nation or something. It's really truly bizarre. This is dark though.
Quit. That's my brother, Mom. Get the fuck off me, Mom. Quit. Get the fuck off me, Mom. I'm not doing anything. She's on me, biting me. She's on me, biting me. She's on me, biting me. I quit. Hit the car. Quit. Okay, motherfucker. Stop, y'all. Hey, stop. Hey. I promise I'm not doing it. Hey, put your hands behind your back. I just don't want to put your hands behind your back.
What the fuck? What's the above the floor? What the fuck is going on here? Did she like roll off the wait? The bed is like in the middle, like the house looked nice, but there's just like a bed in the middle of the living room or something. What's going on?
I promise. I was just trying to get home. You're nasty. You're nasty, man. Don't fucking try. Quit. You're nasty. I love you. You're nasty. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. You're fucking gross. Get on. Let's go inside. You're fucking nasty, son. I love you. You're fucking nasty.
Like the house looks nice. Why is there a bed right in front of the TV? Like, is this like the pleasure barn or something? What's going on here? Yes, if you post your Sonotubes in chat, if you join as a member, you get access to the Sonotube medallion. That'll absorb all of the demons that'll be generated from this stream. So if you need to protect yourself, I suggest joining as a member.
I love you, Daniel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Daniel. Yeah. I'm sorry. I love you. Mom, no, you don't. Shut the fuck up. You're fucking gross, Mom. That's all you are.
I mean,
you're fucking nasty.
I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
You're fucking nasty. Right here in my pocket, Danny. You're right here. Hang on. Let's get you to the car. I'll get him. Let's go. Thank you. Mom.
I feel like mum saying I love you is not what you want to hear in this situation. That's probably the last thing I want to hear, if I'm being frank.
We're just going to Mom. Mom. You're nasty, Mom. You're nasty.
You a nasty asshole, mum. Oh, I'm trying to make a bit of light of this awful, awful situation. Mum, you a nasty asshole. I love you, son. Holy crap. I don't know why. I think it was he attacked the mother. So he's not getting, I think he's just being put in the car so they can work this all out. Oh man, there's a major content spike over here. What's happening here? Like, this is the low part of the video? What goes on over here?
Don't fucking tell my girlfriend shit. Don't talk to my girlfriend.
Oh, he slapped the mom. He slapped the mom.
Don't. You fucked up, Mom.
True. Yeah, I'm starting to hate this. I'm starting to hate this. I'm starting to hate this little dog as well. Okay, you can save Sunny. I don't want this one to be saved. So the mom's wearing a Kiss World Tour 77 t-shirt. She's kind of got like the physique of Baron Harkonnen. That's how I would, if you're listening and not watching, that's how I would describe her.
Step over. Go step over there. By the door.
You know, Chris Chan actually has the same leggings. Like, unironically.
Good? Yeah. Sure? Yeah. Is she trying to fight you too? No. Son, see what happened. He was over.
They're gonna send this guy in here. They're gonna send this guy in here, and she's gonna get. She's gonna be hot to trot immediately.
Come on, talk to him. Here's somebody going over here. That's why I come over here. He comes back walking over here. I'm talking to this guy. He runs inside. When I come inside, he's pounding on Mom. He is? No, him. Oh. Pounding on Mom. I grab him. He starts janking away. He starts swinging. Trying to
take your swing.
Wasn't purposely, but it's me trying to get him back. He stayed with swinging. That's when I thank him.
Did you just start shit talking him?
David, quit. David, you're going to get tased. Quit.
I didn't have time to double lock him. He'll talk to her and see what her side is. I was trying to talk to him.
Dude, everything I own here, I'm not leaving this house with all them right.
I love his little weed lanyard. Not only does it have like a little weed leaf keychain, it also has the print. You can see it all here. This guy knows about that 420 stuff. Okay, this guy's had a few puffs.
Here. Sorry. So you walked in, come from work.
He's gone green. His hair's already
green. I went and took a shower. I knew they was drinking. I tell they was drinking.
Okay. So you came in from work, went into the shower, came back out. I just out of the shower.
Yes, sir.
And that's when you seen.
Walk in right there on that baby. Apparently he was pissed off about all that, I guess.
So chaos smash with a fiver, he says. Late topic, but Hasan having the Tensor Zangetsu sword as a Bleach fan myself, it makes me very pissed. The thing is, he doesn't even know Bleach or watch Bleach. That's the thing. If he did, it might make more sense in this story, but he doesn't. And there's actually, I believe if you go to Nicholas Siora's timeline, when he was at that convention, I think it was like, well, maybe not that convention, but as of 6 months ago, they showed Hasan like a board of like all the S tier characters of Bleach. And I don't watch Bleach either, by the way. But I can recognize them. And he was like, no, I don't watch Bleach. I don't watch Bleach. And again, as of 3 months ago, he doesn't watch Bleach either. So the question is, why did he pick that sword in particular if he's not a fan of Bleach? And he already knew that it was sus to begin with. Makes you think. It's kind of a cool sword, though, I'll say.
I do, but at the same time,
no, I understand. He didn't know no better.
At the same time, you can't go in and beat no.
No.
Look up the rapper Raff. Right, take a look.
You can't. That's going to be a whole different process. I'll explain it to you. I'm trying to figure out everything that's led up to me getting out here.
It does look a little bit like that. Very similar.
I'm not leaving you outside as long as she's around.
That's fine. You hang out.
There's good stuff being excused and blamed.
I understand. That's fine. Where did he hit you at?
He clear as day seen it.
Just,
So,
you
hey,
don't.
look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
Because I heard, when I was coming in that door, I heard the pop, and he's on top of you, reared back again.
He's scared. He's scared. Just
What? Like, this cop seems like a bit of a dick. Like, is this what cops are like? Like, they're like, look at me. Look at me. He yelled at the other kid too. Like, why is he doing that? He seems like he's a little bit I don't know. I'm not getting a good thing from it, but like the mom was just like crying now, like, but wasn't she engaging with this? Like, this was her idea, I assume. I don't know.
Did he hit you, or where did he hit you at?
He hit me.
he's scared. It's just I promise.
He's hangry.
Hey, Crystal. I know he's scared. I know you're scared.
Does he know them? I feel like he's like a friend of the family or something. I don't know.
But look.
He's super fucking scared.
Okay. Well, look. That doesn't change the fact of what he's already done.
Good dad.
Yeah. So what? Look, Crystal. Be honest with me, okay? Can you do that? You can't.
I'm trying.
Whoopsie.
Hey, take another deep breath for me. In your nose, out your mouth.
Yeah, I miss the Norwegian Cops too.
Take a couple of those. I'm gonna come back and talk to you, okay?
They were so nice and jovial and having a good time. This is really dark, and I'm trying to make it entertaining. But this is fucking bleak.
I'm not leaving you worried. I'm not.
Yeah, I'd assume it's a well-known address. That would be my guess there. This is how cops talk to elicit confessions. I've never met any American policemen. All of the policemen that I've talked to have been very nice. The last time I talked to policemen was quite a while ago, but it was when I was coming home from a very long night out drinking, and I was very drunk. And this is in Japan. And I had so much to drink. I got a taxi home, but then I couldn't open up my door because there was like, I live in like a gated sort of area. So you have to put in a code first to get inside the building. So I blacked out, and then I remember like trying to press in the buttons. And maybe I pressed the wrong button, because you can use the buttons to call the apartments as well, to like buzz them in and stuff like that. So maybe I called the wrong number and somebody called the police, or maybe they're just doing their patrols, because police in Japan do like a patrol every hour or something. But I remember waking up, pressing the buttons. Well, this is when my memory started like phasing back in. And this was a long time ago. Okay, I cleaned up my act since then. But I remember pushing the buttons, and there was like five Japanese policemen, and they're like talking to me. They're like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "Do you live here?" I'm like, "Yeah, I live here. What are you worried about? I'm just trying to get in." Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. And then I was like, "The code is beep, beep." Keep getting wrong, and they're like, "Are you sure you live here?" And I showed them my ID card, because your ID card you have to carry in Japan as a foreigner. And it has your address, so they verified the address. But they were really nice to me, by the way. They were really nice to me, because people get drunk in Japan quite a bit, so they're very lenient on those sort of things. Like they could have taken me away to the drunk tank, I suppose, but they never did. Eventually they got tired of it, and one of them jumped over the fence and unlocked the door from inside. And then they helped me get into my home. They were really nice. They're actually really kind. I doxed myself? No. But that was the last time I've spoken to the cops. That was years ago. Well, maybe it was 1 year ago. I don't know. It was fun. It was a funny memory to come to. But I'm a lot more responsible now. I will read this though. Rakeda told me it was legal to occupy any apartment or lock in Japan. Apparently, police deal with so much BS in the US that they tend to get jaded. Also, some are just dicks. I assume that's the case. But every time I've talked to cops, even in New Zealand, they've been pretty nice. The only time I think I've talked to a cops, apart from like a traffic stop, was when my roommate got into a domestic like shouting match with his missus. It was the same roommate, by the way, that brought the skank home, and I was playing World of Warcraft, and she came out and like tried to bang me, and I was like, no, I had to like think of an excuse. And the chat knows his story, but basically, my friend brought this hoe home one night. She was really not a looker. He took her into the living room where we had all our PCs. Then they went back to the bedroom. She came back 5 minutes later, sat on the couch, said that was disappointing. And then she was like, "Do you want to have sex?" And I was like, "Well, I would, but I'm kind of leveling up my shaman right now. I got to get to level 60. It's raid week next week." Like, unironically, this happened, and I was just like, that was the first thing that came into my mind, because there was no way I wanted my roommate sloppy seconds. Even if she was a virgin, I would have said the shaman excuse, okay? But anyway, the same roommate. It was a different girl, but he had a live-in girlfriend at some point, and they started a screaming match. And then the cops came in at like 2 a.m. and we were playing video games, obviously. This was after high school. And we had five friends living together. And the cops came in and had to take everyone's statements and everything. And then my friend was watching the replay of the cricket test. I think it's called a test because he was really into cricket. And one of the cops sat down on the couch. He's like, "Oh, what's the match going like?" And they just started chilling and talking about cricket for like 30 minutes while I was still living in the shaman, by the way. So I mean, all the cops that I've talked to is nice. So I'm really kind of curious why apparently everyone's just a dick in America, like the TSA and the cops and everything. And I don't think I'd make it over there. I think I've been institutionalized by nice countries, and I couldn't make it on the outside. I couldn't make it in America. I'm just used to people being polite everywhere I go. But so this is truly a interesting look into another world. For me, this is a very it's like a documentary into a place that I may never visit. Anyway, we'll just continue. Yeah. Sorry, officer, I can't take your statement right now. I'm playing my shaman. It's like an all use excuse. Okay.
Huh?
What if I didn't do anything?
So we got a call. About something occurring. Go ahead.
But what if I didn't do anything? I was just stupid, just like. My grandson right down the road.
Anyway, so we got a call that.
How do you broach the topic? All right, look, we got a call you were recycling. We'll call it that. We got a call that you were recycling. You were keeping it in the family. I watched a Crusaders King video about making the most incest kingdom in the history. And this is the reality. Like in the video of the Crusaders King, it's very funny. This video, not so much.
What?
Simple. Got a call that supposedly
you can see they literally see the cop going, "Ooh, we got a call that he's so fucking nervous. This is so funny."
You and your son were having intimate relations. They walked in on it, and that's why we're here. But I'm trying to talk to him. I guess your other son comes in. The way he storms in, that's when I come in to make sure nothing's going on. As I'm coming in that door, I hear a loud pop, and he's on top of you with his arms raised back like he's fixing to hit you again. I'm telling you, I've seen it.
Okay.
I'm standing in that doorway, and he's on top of you with his hands raised back and his fist closed. And that's when I grab a hold of him, and he starts fighting me. Okay? I mean, you obviously heard me telling him, put his hands behind his back, put his hands behind his back. And he's still trying to pull away from it to get to you. Okay? That's why he's in handcuffs in the back of my car. So we're trying to figure.
Do you think she's really crying, or do you think this is just a tactic to try and get out of this? Do you think it's been effective for her? But she doesn't. I don't know. I don't feel like this crying is very sincere.
Everything out.
What do I do?
What do you mean
He never will hear me.
Where did he?
I'm not buying this.
He never will. It's like never.
I understand. I understand he's upset from what was saying or what's being said. But where did he hit you at in there whenever I was at that door? Because I couldn't tell where it was so dark and bright out here. But when I come in the door, he's got his arm reared back again on top of you.
Just never, ever in a million years. It's just so like, what?
Okay. So you just hang tight here and I'll be back in a minute, okay?
Oh man, there's a massive spike here. What's happening? What's going to happen here?
I said I was talking to him. Brandeis in what we do though.
If you were to get one later.
This cop is pushing the bounds with this uniform. This uniform's crying for help right now. He's fat.
I get things upset about those situations.
Yeah, but
at the same time, you know.
So when you try to pull,
You know this guy knows where all the good donuts are in the town, is what I'm saying.
they start fighting you once you did that.
Oh, this strap freeze?
So,
Hold on,
I'm
let me
actually
fix
talking
it.
to him. He was initially at home.
Right.
Written initial call. Right. I come out, or come over there and talking to him. He's like, my mom gets raped, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, where is this at? What's the night, you know? And he's like, I don't know. And then that's when dispatch said $227. I said, it's going to be $227. He's like, yeah, that's it.
Let me just fix this real quick.
He's out here talking to him. I go in to talk to her. She's on the bed. She won't respond to me. So I'm like, well, I'm not even going to just keep calling for her name or whatever. I want to ask you just in case. Come back out, trying to continue talking to him. This guy, the other side, comes back from Tommy, walking across over here.
There we go.
Starts talking to him, crying, going off the set. And then,
According to the tension spike, it's about to pop off.
oh, your mom's inside. So he's like, she's inside. He's like, yeah, he's going to.
This should be an illegal comment, but Aspen Fallen says, not crying, but post-nut clarity. Sheesh. That should be an illegal comment.
I take off. I didn't run, but I walk past to the door the way he's going to the door. Right. I get to the door, open the door, and I hear a loud pop. And I look up as I'm coming into the darkness of the house. I see him on top of her, and he's like this. Right. And that's when I run over. I go to grab him. I say, hey, I said, put your hands behind your back. Right. We go to the couch, and he starts pulling away from me, and he's like.
That's actually very endearing that your cat hears a doggo somewhere.
I heard him trying to get loose from me. I'm like, put your hands behind your back in case you get tased, and that's when I say,
Y'all can't leave with us, just the two of us here till somebody else gets here.
Oh, we're not leaving.
Yeah, we're not. That's when I said.
We're far from leaving.
That's when I said, hey, got one fighting. Pull my taser out, rip the cartridge off, just fix the tasing, and he finally put his hands. I said, get tased.
He was about to get tased. Oh man, it could have been a much better video.
Definitely.
All right, so this is after the arrest, I guess. Here it comes. Here, what comes? Or is this a different angle? This is a new officer.
No, not yet. I'm off the door, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say.
Oh, this is the guy that did the deed. All right, let's see what he has to say.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer. You have someone who will the lawyer you're being questioned. You can afford to hire a lawyer when you be appointed to represent you before any question if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights, not answer any questions or make any statements. You understand your rights right. So, with these rights in mind, we're willing to answer your questions. Okay. So,
Of course, he'd be an Avenged Sevenfold fan. Typical.
we got called over to Street 227. You know anything about that? What happened? What occurred?
Shut up. He been drinking a little bit. Got back to the house. Stayed there. Came into a situation that he didn't like at all, and I just left. I walked away because I didn't want to be there.
It was this. So he said he walked into the brother walked into a situation he didn't like. Nobody liked that, except I guess this guy. Like, I mean, the mum isn't even hot. I don't see how this happened.
Got a little loud and started yelling and stuff like that.
But apparently she's got 2 boyfriends.
I just walked out. I walked down there to the dirt road down there not before you get to the lake, like kind of before on this side. I just started walking down here on this side of it, right there.
Here's the question though, like, so for Christmas, does he have to bring her 2 presents? You know, which one's going to be the better present? I don't know.
And you can almost see it from there. Started walking just to kind of get the heat out of the room and everything. That's pretty much it. I mean, I've literally been walking for the last like 2.5, 3 hours.
So what's the incident that he got up to about, or they're walking on?
It's just family stuff, man. It's just stupid stuff. It really is. Like nothing specific. I really don't want to talk about it. It's not long.
stepdad walked in.
It's family. They're just keeping it in the family. It's family stuff. That's correct. Now, do I say it? Do you know how I know that they were doing it missionary? Chat? And I know it's gross, but you know how I know this? Because you don't turn your back on family.
Saying something didn't like, you got upset, you left. You're not wanting to really talk about the incident that occurred. Alright, so right now you're going to be on the arrest for incest. Back, you're going to jail for incest. Alright, go next.
Everybody hated that as well. The chat really didn't like that. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna say this is not like my Japanese animes. It's like this is the harsh reality of this situation. Oh my goodness, it was worth it. Hold on a second, I'm gonna. There we go. All right, I think that's the end of the bit. Like, it kind of goes on. There's a part 2. I don't know, I'm kind of curious about the part 2. Is it linked? Oh, here's the part 2. All right, let's take a look. This one's 50. Oh, we're not watching 50 minutes. I'll just see if there's any choice timestamps. All right, so this one was just released, basically. Let's see what anyone says. As a mother of grown sons, this makes me absolutely sick. It's evil. True. I know I'm not the only one who said, ooh, part 2. No. The husband is on the horn with everyone, putting them all on blast. Oh, there's a lot of people saying this is sick. It doesn't look like there's any good timestamps. I was hoping. I'll have a quick look around.
No. When I got up,
He's a chunky boy. He's a chunky boy. Oh my goodness, look at him. Look at him. He's thinking about his thoughts. He's like, oh, I fucked up. Oh my goodness. All right, let's see what happens when they take. I guess they take them and they read them their rights, Mirandize them. Let's take a quick look at this.
And when I read through these, if you'll confirm verbally, I want a lawyer statements. Okay.
It's nowhere near right.
Okay. Well, we talked to multiple people. I've given you a chance to elaborate on what happened. You know, because we talked to multiple people, had multiple eyewitness statements. Okay. Because David, your son, had found y'all first, and
they checked their OnlyFans.
Took off and ran next door and called 911. And then your husband as well had walked in on you, and both of them are telling a very similar story, and both of them are, you know, a little bit freaked out over the incident. David, this is your chance to make a statement about what happened and stuff like that. You know, if you don't want to talk to me, you don't have to. We can go over this court-appointed attorney paperwork.
No, I'll have to call my daughter on that.
She was actually. So is she actually smart enough not to say anything? I'm impressed. That means she's got better legal knowledge than a certain person.
Okay.
All right.
No, I was just joking, guys. There wasn't actually OF content.
Alrighty.
At least I assumed there wasn't.
Well, I'm going to go over this paperwork with you.
It was weird, though, doing it in the lounge. It doesn't make sense.
What your charges are, and the financial stuff, or you getting a court-appointed attorney, okay? You're informed that you're being charged with the following crimes. 526-202, felony C. Name of the crime is incest. Penalty and fine of up to $10,000 and or 3 to 10 years. In addition, you're informed that you're not required to say anything, and that anything you say can be used against you.
So she actually starts talking. So you signed a document.
This is just for dividends.
Looks like she doesn't say anything. They're just going through the paperwork. Then they bring in the rest of the videos, like the son comes in. They took it. They gave him like a more fitting shirt though.
Just getting that seat pulled up for
I
you.
want to see if there's any good timestamps. Can I flip my hair back? Absolute silence. He did not want to touch that woman. Wait, where's the timestamp for that? I need to see that.
Before we can talk about anything, we gotta go over your rights, okay? Now I'm gonna read this out loud with you.
All right, I'll skip past that. Is he going to say anything?
Do you understand that you have the right to remain silent?
What state is this? Arkansas.
Okay. Right, yes, there then. Do you understand that anything you say can and will be used against you in the court?
Yes.
Okay. We ask you any questions and stop answering. Made to me.
He's going to talk.
No pressure or coercion of any kind has been used against me. If you agree with that statement and understand it, then you sign it there. Be silent.
I didn't realize they did body cams for everything. I mean, like this. I thought they had like an internal camera for this, but it kind of makes sense. You get to see so much. Like, it's kind of crazy that all this information is just available in America.
All right, man. So, you want to talk about what happened yesterday?
I just had too many drinks, and stepdad showed up, saw a few things, didn't like to see.
It seems they keep saying this. They keep saying he saw something he didn't like seeing. Like, he doesn't think that he thinks it's wrong. He's just like, well, some people don't like this. But, well, newsflash, everybody doesn't like this.
I left the situation.
Probably, yeah, maybe meth. Maybe meth.
Right.
Just like walking down the road.
Afterwave menses. Okay.
These things that he happened to see. You mind elaborating on that a little bit?
I'd rather not. Too happy about the decisions that I made.
Right.
Stupid stuff.
Well, man, we all do crazy things when we get drinking. Okay, especially.
I mean, yeah, but not this kind of crazy stuff.
When we drink a lot. Okay, so
he's trying to relate to. He's like, look, I've had a couple beers myself sometimes, and I did some crazy stuff. You just want to talk about it? It is kind of snake behavior, though. I hated how these cops try and like trick people into talking when there's no lawyer around. It's absolute bullshit.
I understand that, but as far as if you're willing to talk to me, you don't have to talk to me. But if you're willing to elaborate a little bit, you can know that I understand. As far as drinking too much can cause you to do some crazy things sometimes.
I was just laying in there in the bed with my mom.
No, remain silent. Oh, wait. All right.
So, didn't like it.
What were you doing with your mother, bro?
Things I shouldn't have been doing. Not like fully, but close enough that it shouldn't have been happening.
Okay, were you having sex with your mother?
Not quite, but yeah.
What do you mean by not quite?
Oh, no. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a really bad feeling about this.
Inside.
Okay. And was this the first time that something like this has happened? Okay. Alrighty.
Yeah, the cop does seem really nervous.
Well, I'm gonna go over this with you, okay? As far as this goes. Now, I do have some other questions before I go over this, man. Did this possibly start out when you were younger, before you were 16 or anything like that?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay.
Surprisingly, no? Oh, my goodness.
And she is directly related to you, not a stepmother and things of that nature. Okay. So, yeah, I just gotten a little drunk yesterday and things have gotten a little too far. Okay. Alrighty.
That's why I just stopped when did.
Right. Well, I will go ahead and ask. Now, your brother, David, he had stated that he heard some moaning and stuff going on for quite a while, and he woke up and fled the house to a neighbor's house to have them call 911. And then when we arrived on scene,
the booze maybe do it is not a good excuse, though, because there was two willing participants here. This wasn't like a SA sort of situation. They were both going into this willingly.
Your stepdad was out in the yard stating that he had caught y'all actually engaging in full sex.
But it wasn't.
Right. Well, David also had heard that going on for quite a while as well. You know, he said he'd been in and out, like consciously, you know, sleeping.
Am I going to report on Rakita? Eventually, when there's something to talk about. Well, I think what I'll do at the end of the week, I'm going to take a look at the stream numbers and take a look at some of the code. There's some very funny stuff, actually, by the way. I do actually have the charging document now. Oh, not the charging document, sorry, the sentencing document. This is very funny. I just want to say here one thing. But I think I'll put that into a big show. So you can look forward to that. But I want to wait a week and see if any new information comes out. And also I want to have a look at the stream numbers and things like that. But there's actually, just as Vanessa said from court, literally, where is it? It literally begins, Your Honor, I've always been called smart by my mentors, by my teachers, by my community members who I've associated with. And after a while of making decisions that end up very well, you start to think that maybe you are kind of smart and that you can control something. So you can look forward to that. I'll go through that maybe in like a couple of days. It is very funny. And there's a lot of cope. I want to take a look at the people that are doing a victory lap and stuff, because like, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the Barnes cope is the funniest thing that I've ever said. He's like, well, we were right all along. It's Barnes and Viva are living in their own parallel universe where they think that nobody has tapes and recordings of what they've said. And I mean, Barnes looks shook. He doesn't look confident. He's not laughing. He's just like embarrassing. So yeah, I'll put it together into like a bigger show. And if anything interesting happens along the way, I'll add it into that. So, but don't worry, it's on my radar. It's on my radar.
I think he's hearing noises, and then that's what he believes was going on as well.
Well, like I said, I didn't make it quite to that far.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go over this with you, okay? At any point, if you want to talk about anything else related to this, we can stop at any point. This is to get you a court-appointed attorney, okay? I'm going to go over your charges with you, your court date, and then we're going to go over financial stuff, okay? This isn't me trying to be in your business or anything like that. This is so the court can determine whether they're going to give
Let's see if he starts talking again.
This is
I'm not interested in the procedural stuff.
And then you sign right there and then date.
I want to see this guy talking and coping. All right, he starts talking again. All right, good.
Duly sworn states I'm the petitioner in an above entitled case, and in support of my petition for appointment of counsel and for the indigent, and understand that a false statement or answer to any questions will subject me to penalties for perjury. I state because of my poverty, I'm unable to hire an attorney. I further swear that the responses which I have made to these questions and instructions below are true. Are you presently employed?
Yes.
Okay. If the answer is yes, state the amount of your salary or wages per month. You can give the name and address of your employer.
But he doesn't have a name for his name, but his name is Gary Swindle.
How much do you think he
Address of your
earns?
employer.
I don't have a name.
The amount of your salary or wages per month. You can give the name and address of your employer.
I don't have a name, but his name is Gary Swindle. It's a tree trimming service, but he doesn't have a name for his corporation.
He works for a tree trimming service. Do you think they trim just trees or perhaps hedges, bushes, things like that?
Hang on.
I don't know what I make a month. I haven't worked there long enough to really know.
How do you not know what you earned in a month?
Well, last time you had to pay for a week. What were you making?
It wasn't even for a week. It was like for one job between what I made and what my brother made. It was $800, but that's between the two of us. So it was like $400. And he said he wouldn't be able to do that every time either.
Okay.
So he makes a couple of $100 a job, and he works like one job a week or something, basically. Is that it?
So
I think I make $10 an hour. That's what
Okay.
I'm supposed to make.
So you're part-time there, though.
You just know he's a juggalo? Well, he's a friend. He's an Avenged Sevenfold fan. He was wearing that at the beginning. I actually saw them once. I don't really know much of their songs, but they were playing at Summer Sonic in Osaka one year, and I saw them. It was pretty cool. They also had, it was a really good year, actually. I'm not like a kind of guy that goes to concerts very often, but I got a ticket very cheaply off someone that couldn't go. And they had the Pixies, they had the Killers, they had Avenged Sevenfold, they had Ghost, they had Baby Metal. They had all kinds of great bands. It was fun. They had Curry Pamyu Pamyu. She was there. There was a really good lineup that year. It's so hot though, because it's in summer and it's like 40 degrees outside. Celsius.
Do you happen to know his address or anything?
Yeah, Ghost was really cool.
Okay.
But they had like the whole makeup and everything.
Have
in the
you
summer.
received within the past 12 months any money from any of the following sources: business, profession, or any form of self-employment? Did like own a business or
Do you think he does
sell
streaming?
stuff on like sell games or something on the side or something like that? Okay, rent payment, interest, or did
Retro video game collector?
it is
No.
pension, annuities, or life insurance payments?
All right.
Gifts or inheritance? Any other sources? Okay. Do you own any cash or do you have money in a checking or savings account?
Very little.
Do you have a bank account with a bank? Okay, what bank? What is it? Arvest. About how much money do you think is
Yeah,
in
he's
there?
a left-handed cop. He's a lefty.
I can't even access that right now, so it's locked.
Jason says, I used to work in live merch distribution, so I've been to a ton of concerts. The best thing about backstage passes is the bathrooms. What did he mean by this, chat? I assume what he means is that they're very quick to get to and very clean, but like you could read this in a couple of different ways. I'm sure what he means though is like it's they're superior to the regular concert goers' bathrooms access, right?
Do you own any real estate, stocks,
Yeah.
bonds, notes, automobiles, or
Yeah,
any
it's
other
all right. We
valuable
know
property,
what you're talking about.
excluding ordinary household furnishings and clothing?
Motorcycle.
Okay. Yes. Motorcycle. About how much is it worth, you think?
Maybe $900.
What kind of motorcycle?
Kawasaki.
You know how to spell
Kawasaki,
Kawasaki
nice.
off the top of your head?
Huh?
You know how to spell Kawasaki?
Kawasaki.
All right, he spelled it correctly.
What CC is that?
500.
What year?
95.
Nice. Sounds like a nice motorcycle. 500
Okay.
cc Kawasaki.
Do
95.
you have any dependents, like children or anything that you take care of?
Well, he might have some children and another brother on the way. Sorry, I had to say it, Chuck.
I understand that any false statement or answer to any of these questions in this affidavit will subject me to penalties of perjury. I'm unable to hire or make arrangements to hire an attorney and request that the court appoint one to represent me. I'll make every effort to pay said attorney from my own funds and property and try to earn money to be paid towards an attorney fee. Sign, address, telephone number.
Wait, there's no way this is true. Late to the party, so I'll have to do a rewatch. But in the 14th century, this case has been thrown out due to the police officer being left-handed, devil worshiper. There's no way. Did they actually do that? That'd be funny. That's like the worst thing the mum could say to them when they reunite. Where it's like, I got great news. You're going to have a brother. I got the bad news. You're going to be a father. This is actually happened a lot in like backwater areas in America. Like, is incest like really a thing? Do people actually do this? I mean, obviously it's happened a few times, but like I feel like people say this about like it's a super common thing. I don't think it is. Maybe I've just like I said, maybe I just live in the nice countries too long, and I don't know what it's like over there.
I think that's going to be it. Do you have any more questions for me or anything?
It's a felony, so I mean that's true. It is a felony, so.
I believe the court should be in session today, no problem. So getting this paperwork done, gonna get it dropped off. You'll go before a judge today at 1. You know, they'll bring up the new cases, and then they'll set a bond at that point. And then at that point, whatever your bond is, you know, you can contact a bail bondsman or somebody that might be willing to come up there and put up the bond. And then after that, if you bond out, you'll be released until that court date, is my understanding. And then you'll come in for that court date, and then that'll begin the process.
What does the bail bondsman do for me?
If, like, let's say your bond, you got $1,000 bond or something, I don't know what the court's going to set it at. There's just a generalization. The bail bondsman will post that bond, normally for some sort of collateral or a guarantee, but you'll end up having to pay him back more. I think they collect interest on that. And then, you know, they help track you down, I believe, if you don't pay your bond. But if you end up going through a bail bondsman, they'll go over all that paperwork with you. I'm very limited on how all that works, but
I've just never done anything
right.
like this.
They help you post the bond in case, because it's difficult.
Hopefully he never does anything like this again. But holy shit.
Come up with, you know, a few $1,000s out of nowhere, and so they help you post the bond and get out of jail. Any other questions for me, bud?
I think that's it.
All right. Well, if you think of anything, you can let them know and they can get a hold of me, okay?
Come on, they gave him. Can't they give him the vertical stripes? You're giving Chunky Boy over here the horizontal stripes. That's not a good look. Come on, that's not going to help him out. I thought inmates got verticals.
Huh?
All right,
it's just such a non-detail. Like, he wants to go back to he's like, oh, can I go back to my cell now and be sad? It's like, just a minute, I gotta replace this light bulb. Just a second, this thing's been flicking all day.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's Chumley from Pawn Stars. Yeah, I guess so. All right, guys, my voice is starting to get a bit sore now. Like I said, it's still not quite recovered. You might be able to hear a little bit of it. Looks like the Karen Read trial is back on again. I'm not really focused on Karen Read, but I know some people are. So I'll send you over to the Karen Read trial. I hope you had a nice day. If you have any other funny body cams, please send them forward, but like, make sure they're funny, okay? I don't want to be sad when I watch a body cam. Like, I want to see people saying, like, you know, am I being detained, getting tased? I want to see like the Satan voice, Norwegian Cops. That stuff's good. Like, this one is kind of like, it's a little bit funny, but like, it does kind of make me sad as well. So try and send me your funniest body tapes, okay? That's what body cam videos, I should say, not body tapes. That's a bit weird thing to say. I hope you enjoyed this chat. I had fun tonight. We had a lot of people in the chat enjoyed it. Be sure to watch or leave a like or a subscribe if you're watching on replay, and hopefully not too many of you unsubscribed when I made that terrible joke, which apparently I'm going to pay for in the future. Alrighties, guys. All I've got to say was about this incest story.
Was this story based? Not this time.
Yeah, this one wasn't based. All right, guys, stay based out there. Cheers. Peace.